Hello everyone, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the G.I. Joe classified figure Zandar by Hasbro. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at him in packaging and then take a look at his accessories, and I'll give you my final thoughts on him. And just remember, if you do like this video, go ahead and check out my G.I. Joe playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here he is in packaging. You pretty much have your standard, classified packaging. So right here it says hey, he's a member of Cobra, Zandar. Got the Cobra logo here. G.I. Joe classified, your choking hazards, age restriction, and Hasbro. Spinning around this way. You get some nice art here. I do like that. G.I. Joe and his number. Spinning around to the back here. Get a nice picture of the figure in front of the standard garage setup that they usually have for the Dreadnoks. Matter of fact, you can even see Road Pig's shield over there. Show some of his details. You got your legal underneath that. Spin him around this way. You got his number, the Cobra logo, and his stats, plus your QR code. Look at the top. You got the Cobra logo and also his number. And then underneath you have your legal. So with all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. So here he is out of packaging. Overall, I like the overall look to him. Okay. So let's start off with the rotation. So you have this side, and back around to the front. All right. Now, the one issue I have with him, and I have it with both of his siblings, is that he doesn't change color in sunlight. So you do not get that color change. The only one that actually has a figure that does that is they got special edition version of Zartan that can actually change colors. But unfortunately, the regular figure doesn't. Neither does Zandar or Zorana. So I always thought that was a bit of a disappointment with these figures, because I always thought that was like the really cool thing about these figures that made them stand out from everybody else was the color change effect. All right. So now that we've done that, let's get up close and personal with him. So I like a lot of his look. I love the face look to him with the red painting and stuff. I'm not too sure about the smile they gave him, but, that's neither here or there. He has all this gold on him, like this gold skull. I do like that. They even give him tattoos as well. He has his iconic pink scarf. All right, let's take this off of him. He even has like some sort of gold-plated, kicker there, which is really nice. You got nice looking the buckles. Same with like you move his arm up, you get these gold chains and what have you. All right. So overall, he's a pretty cool looking figure. I like the overall look to him. So with that being said, let's start looking at his points of articulation. All right. So first off, the head does move. All right. You got a shoulder joint. All right. You can't get it up too high because of his armor. So that's about as high as his shoulders will go. All right, there is a swivel in there, an elbow joint, and you do have a wrist joint. All right. Now you do have a joint right here underneath the ribs, and then you have one right above the belt line. All right. Spin them around this way. You have a thigh joint with a swivel. All right. Got a knee joint, a swivel at the top of the boot, and then last but not least, you have an ankle joint. All right, get all that down. So everything seems to work pretty well with this figure at this point in time. So now let's start looking at his accessories. So first off, he comes with a backpack here. All right, these look to be like, I'm guessing, spare bolts for his gun. They do not come out. They're just part of the pack. And speaking about said gun, here's his rifle here. All right, with the spears already in it. Don't come out. All right. Next off, he has this weird, I don't know what you would classify this as. It could either be considered a knife or maybe a type of axe. You know, looks kind of weird, but it is there. All right, he has his dagger here, which is really nice. I do like how that looks. And last but not least, he has a pistol. So now let's start seeing how some of this stuff works with him. So first off, let's do the backpack. All right, so he has a hole right here. All right, for the pack. Get him to stand on there. There's the little nub right there. It should just fit in that hole very nicely. No issues. All right. Next up, let's do this knife. All right. Get this in here. All right. So the knife works into his hands. No issues with that. Let's do the pistol next. All right. So pistol just works its way on down there. All right. So the pistol fits. No issues with that. So now I guess the pistol goes in here. All right, just like that. So the pistol goes into his chest piece. No issues. And I guess right back here is where the dagger goes. Slides right into there. No issues. Next up, let's do this knife thing. All right. So that does work into his hands. No issues with that. And that will sit right in here. Okay. So that fits in there very nicely. And last but not least, now you have his harpoon gun. Guess is what you would call it. So fingers are a little stiff, but it does work in there. I can kind of try to work that trigger finger into the thing, but it does fit. No issues with that. Spin his hand around. Let's see if we can get our iconic two-handed hold on this thing. All right, so this would probably be up around the harpoon gun. And I say this all the time about these classified figures. The one thing I do really like about these figures is that the fingers are very movable. So yes, if you want him to hold this with two hands, he can also do that as well. So overall, all his accessories seem to work pretty well with him. I don't have any issues with any of that. Okay, so my final thoughts on him is he's a really cool looking figure. I like his overall look. I kind of think that the head sculpt could be a hair better, but it's nothing that's really bad about him. All his joints work very well. I don't have any issues with that. His weapons swap out very easily. They go in their holsters very well as well. So everything seems to work very easily with this figure. So overall, I do like this figure. Any issues I have with them are minor pet peeves. Like I still would like the skin color change with them. I think that would have been a nice touch. But unfortunately, him or his siblings don't have that, which is kind of a bummer to me. But other than that, he's a great figure overall. So with that being said, I hope you guys did like this review. If you did, go ahead and check out my G.I. Joe playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.